A breakup creates a whirlwind of emotions: shock, pain, longing, resentment, shame, anger, emotional hunger, sometimes also jealousy. It's a lot to go through. In this video, I'll share Susan Anderson's 5 stages of healing from a breakup to help you better understand and process your experience. Before I get to the 5 stages, I want to say something about the idea of the healing from a breakup as happening in stages. On the one hand, yes, it's a process. You start somewhere in a desperate and painful place, and eventually you emerge healed, most likely even more resilient than you were before. On the other hand, this process is not the same for everyone, not even for every breakup the same person goes through. So although I'll be inviting you on a walk through Susan Anderson's stages of healing from abandonment, it wouldn't surprise me if it's different for you. You may not experience this process as stages, or you may not experience a specific stage at all, or the order in which you go through these experiences may be different for you. The stages I'm about to share are not the only right way to process a breakup. Some people prefer not to envision it as a progression of stages that looks something like this, but they like to think of it as something more like this: a process of forward movement that can come back to any feeling at any point in time. Another way to envision it is in the form of a spiral like this: a cycle of repeatedly returning back to old emotions, but on increasingly deeper levels. Sometimes you might feel like the 5 stages are all happening at once, until one day, only the last stage of healing is left. Any of these versions of envisioning it is okay. So please feel free to envision it as you find helpful for yourself. These stages are not meant to be seen as a norm to measure yourself up against to see how well you're performing in the healing and processing of your breakup. If it feels like that to you, find a different way of envisioning it, one that makes you feel soothed, relieved, and encouraged. Having said that, let's get started with stage 1, shattering. A breakup shatters your world, and the first stage of processing that is most likely a state of shock. Your life has changed dramatically. If you have children with your ex, their lives have also changed. Your hopes, ideas, plans, and dreams for the future have been shattered. Your understanding of the past and the quality of your relationship to your ex has been shattered. Your idea of what kind of a person your ex is may be shattered. Your idea of who you are may be shattered. And this is one of the main differences in healing from a breakup compared to loss through death. It's not that someone was taken from you by a force of nature, but someone actively chose not to be with you. They maybe even chose someone else over you, or you chose to leave, but you may feel like you could have or should have been able to make it work and that you failed. And that's why in the phase of shattering, people's self-esteem is often also shattered. For many people, the emotional injury of shattering feels like a physical injury to their heart. During shattering, your nervous system will also respond by releasing more stress hormones and activating the fight, flight, freeze, fawn response. To your brain, your breakup is a threat to your survival. That's why you'll probably not only have intense emotional reactions, but also intense physical ones. This could mean you have trouble eating, sleeping, or relaxing. You might awake at night in a state of panic, have digestive issues, or be in a chronic state of hypervigilance. The deep pain of this stage can reawaken old abandonment pain from the past, which can then mix into the present experience. You might feel hopeless, like you'll never feel good and whole again, like life will never be the same again. You might also oscillate back and forth between all kinds of extremes, thinking that your partner is a terrible person for what they did to you, and then later feeling like the breakup was justified. Stage 2, withdrawal. After the shock of shattering has worn off a bit, and you haven't seen your lost love in a while, you may start terribly missing them. During this stage, your brain activates similar mechanisms that are active in the brains of addicts when they're in withdrawal from opioids or cocaine. It's an intense, almost unbearable yearning for the other person. When you're together with someone, your body, brain, and mind get used to the sense of belonging, connection, and security this relationship provides you with. It's not specifically noticeable, more like a background fundament, someone to be in contact with every day, someone to eat meals with, to sit in silence with. It's easy to underestimate how much this provides us with. And withdrawal is the stage in which you're acutely aware of what you've lost or given up. Stage 3, internalizing the rejection. Internalizing is a psychoanalytic term, which means you take something personally. You make it about who you are and your worth. It's when you allow an experience to influence and change your beliefs about yourself, maybe also about life, people, and relationships. At the beginning of this stage, your psyche may turn the pain of your loss against you. You'll ruminate about why this happened and what you could or should have done differently to prevent it. This stage describes how, when you go through a breakup, you start to rethink a lot of things. This can be both an opportunity or a trap. It's a trap if you remain stuck in the initial disappointment, resentment, and negative thoughts, insecurities, and doubts about yourself and other people. It's an opportunity if you eventually emerge from it with more differentiated beliefs, having learned something, having let go of feelings of worthlessness, both from the past, in the present, and for the future. Stage 4, rage. Most of the time, anger and rage is definitely part of the experience of a breakup. You'll probably feel at least irritated and short-tempered, maybe also explosive. The anger following a breakup can be constructive or destructive. It's destructive if you remain stuck in resisting reality, stuck in a response of, I don't want this. I can't believe this. This can't be true. This is natural and human at first. But if you remain in this place, it drains your energy, makes you bitter, and keeps you stuck in a self-concept of an abandoned or defective person. Other destructive forms of anger are when we carry anger into situations that have nothing to do with it, like snapping at random other people, or revenge, trying to heal our pain by inflicting pain. None of these destructive forms of anger will help you heal your pain. All they do is create more pain for others and yourself. What you can do, though, is you can channel the energy that goes along with anger into something constructive, becoming proactive, instead of isolating and avoiding. This could mean taking positive actions for yourself, doubling down on the things you know are good for you, like physical exercise, healthy meals, relaxation and grounding techniques, time spent in nature, journaling. It could also mean stepping out of isolation and connecting with friends and family. It could also mean rewriting your mental story of the relationship you had with your ex, and especially to find a new way to tell the ending, a way that restores your sense of self-worth and is full of strength and wisdom. This can include acknowledgments of what you want to work on in yourself, and it can include a rational, objective analysis of who contributed what to the relationship, which allows you to remove your ex from their pedestal and to reclaim your power of deciding how you want to see yourself. This is an ending in which neither your ex nor your relationship status get to decide over your lovability or worth. Stage 5, lifting. This is the stage when your feelings start lifting and improving, your grief lessens, and you start feeling an inner lightness, confidence, and hope. This happens both spontaneously at times and at other times as a result of your positive actions. When lifting goes wrong, it's not a true transformation of feelings, but a disconnect from them. This happens when you don't go through authentic healing, either because you don't know how, or because you don't want to experience the pain that goes along with that, or because you don't want to invest the time and energy into it. This is called premature closure. The result of disconnecting from your feelings is that it debilitates you for your next relationship. If you're disconnected from your feelings, you can't give others access to them either, and that prevents a true emotional connection from forming. And if this is a very ingrained pattern, often based on several abandonment traumas in your life, you may become or have become emotionally addicted to abandonment, chasing after unavailable people, or disconnecting from your interest in a good, committed relationship altogether. So it's important to allow yourself and to be willing to go through the process of healing from a breakup so that you emerge authentically lifted and healed. If you do this, a breakup can lead to powerful insights, change, wisdom, and emotional maturing. You can learn and practice how to acknowledge and accept reality. You can learn how to soothe abandonment pain both from the present and that pain which goes beyond the current breakup. You can learn how to manage your feelings in general and how to generate a positive mindset, attitude, and mood. You can build self-esteem, develop inner strength and security, build self-reliance. You can learn how to improve your relationship skills and ability to empathize and love.